Parish President remarks. Mr. Jewell.
Thank you, Chairman. First, I just want to start real quick with before I go into this, I want to start real quick. We had a great meeting with the Corps of Engineers on March 20th. We met with Colonel Cullen, we met with Durand Elzy and other top officials from FEMA to talk about various projects that we have going on, whether that's the Muntz pump stations and our permitting process, all the way to the National Levee Database and the all-weather access road, aka the bike path on the West Bank. And so I do want to report good news that we are going to be able to get the West Bank Hurricane Protection Levee correctly put into the National Levee Database. And so that'll be a big step forward in getting that submitted to FEMA to hopefully revise their modeling in regards to St. Charles Parish. As you recall, in some of our discussions, the modeling done, particularly on the West Bank of St. Charles Parish, where we are seeing the higher increases in premium, did not include all of these sections of the West Bank Hurricane Protection Levee. They gave different overtopping frequencies to portions of the levee. Some levees were missing altogether. And I believe the National Levee Database had the Sunset Levee at a +3 instead of a +6, soon to be +8. So we will do this same process over again once the levee lift in Sunset is complete to make sure that the National Levee Database reflects an 8-foot levee instead of a 3-foot levee or a 6-foot levee in some spots. Going on, we had a groundbreaking today. They give us a lot of dirt to break ground in, as you can see. Didn't need that much, but we got it, and the contractor provided that to us. You can see behind me is the batting cages at Norco Elementary. That is the site of the first phase of our Engineers Canal Bank Stabilization Project. Like many parts of the parish, Engineers Canal, and like most canals in the parish, Engineers Canal can benefit from bank stabilization and sheet piling. This project was started, I think, at the behest and the request of Councilwoman Tracy Fletcher in the previous administration. We worked through a couple of issues. The biggest issues here was working with the Corps of Engineers on the fact that we are right up against the levee, the upper guide levee for the spillway, and we had to get some relocation of some utility poles. But this first phase is 500 feet. It's going to help us straighten the canal out. I was able to show the council members that were there today how much it's sloughed off and how wavy the dirt is at the water line. So we're going to clean that up. And we are going to continue working this project all the way down to our pump station. And I want to just again commend the council for agreeing to do the CMAR project on the pump station down in Engineers Canal. I was told today that 30% plans were submitted to Cajun. That shows 2 alternatives. And I'm happy to discuss those 2 alternatives. We are leaning towards one option right now, but this project here is $1.4 million, and we're going to keep chipping away at it like we do with most of our projects involving sheet pile. You got to just do a section at a time and keep working down, and we're excited about it. Next, we'll go over to the Des Allemands Bulkhead Phase 1. They are already rocking and rolling on that. We went out there to take some pictures just for this presentation. We saw that there was already a good bit of bulkhead in place, and you can see that in those pictures there. So remember that in this section here, they are just about a foot or so out from the existing wall, and they're going to backfill in between the old wall and the new wall with dirt, and then they are going to remove the old wall, at least everything above the soil. So they'll cut out the old pilings and everything they can remove, and then this will be finished with a cap on top of that sheet pile. So we're excited to see that one moving. Again, we want to remind our residents that the boat launch is going to be closed from April 1st to May 17th as they're doing this work, but it will be open May 4th and 5th for the blessing of the fleet. Okay, here's that boat launch picture. And then going over to Waterworks, want to give you guys an update on the Waterworks sea filter upgrades. I think it was earlier this year or last year, we did bring council members to see the West Bank filter improvements. that were done. And these new troughs that you see at the bottom was where we help filter water through this entire filter stack. But these troughs help skim off some of the bad stuff on top of the water for waste that get pumped back into the river. And if I'm not mistaken, we did receive about 90% or more of this project through grant funding through, I think it's a program called CWEF. So we're excited to see that project moving on. We do have the larger project doing some Hurricane Ida repairs, building repairs over on the East Bank. But this one is one of those ones that is really important because we're taking an old filter that maybe hasn't been touched in multiple decades and refurbishing it and getting it ready to go for a few more decades. All right, going over to the animal shelter. This weekend, the Easter Bunny was at the animal shelter, so kids and pets of St. Charles Parish could visit the Easter Bunny for a good cause. The money raised from the event went to TRIP, which is Turning Rescues into Pets, which is a local nonprofit that focuses on getting rescues adopted. Over to PIO office, there is a sneak preview on the screen of our 2023 annual report. It is being printed currently and will highlight all of our departments' accomplishments from last year. This is something we do every year, and we thank the United Way for helping us pay for a portion of this. And I just want to say thanks to Public Works and all of the directors who got us the information we needed to make this report something that our residents, we think, are going to enjoy and will be very informative for them. All right, last but certainly not least, sales tax numbers were unfortunately down again in February, a total decrease of 9% from February of 2023. Not the trend we want to see, but per the sales tax offices, or the sales tax office, just about all of our taxpayers had a decrease in remittance. So it's not something from any one particular, it's kind of across the board. I will remind the council that from the place in which we started, we are still up, year over year over year. This is the first year, at least that I've been in office, where we've seen a slight decrease, and we're hoping that that will reverse course sometime later this year. That concludes my report.